morning, everyone. Is there any delegate here from the UNHRC, which is supposed to be inside the committee and connecting the ceremony live? Anyone from UNHRC? If you're here, please go back to the main building inside your committees. Thanks. We can see that there are some empty spaces, so delegates, can you please move to the next chairs if there's an empty chair next to you? So that we can accommodate everyone here. Repeating again, if there's any delegate from UNHRC, please move back to the main building where your committee is. Thanks.
Hello, everyone. We're going to get started now. Well, first of all, welcome to the opening ceremony of Ekin SNY Junior Model UN 2024 conference. Thank you all for being here. We're very, very excited for the next 3 days. My name is Isabella Yazıcı. Some of you might know me. I've been at Ekin, I think this is my 4th time now. And I love coming back, and I love working with all of you. I'm serving as your Director General this year, and I'm also going to be, well, hosting the opening ceremony. So we have a few speeches today and a video, and then afterwards we will get started with the trainings in the committee. If you guys have any questions throughout the conference, please feel free to approach me. This goes for delegates and advisors as well. I'm always here, I'm around. If you also just want to have a chat, I'm always available to everyone. So we're going to start with our first speech, which is by our conference co-founder and organizer, Mr. Akbar Agdam. So I would like to yield the floor to him now.
Thank you again, Isabella. Good morning, everyone. Are you excited, delegates? Very nice, fantastic. So basically, my speech is going to be in a different format. I'm going to focus on your abilities and what you can do from today and the next 2 days in the conference. Then I have a few very interesting announcements to make that I will come after my speech is over. All right, so I'm going to focus on the powers of your brain, what a brain can do. A human brain cannot comprehend and understand the negative things. You cannot tell your brain what to do. I'll give you an example with this. Are you ready? Okay. Don't think of an elephant. Everybody's thinking of an elephant, right? You see? So you cannot tell your brain what to do. It's sometimes very engaging for your brain to change the negativity into positivity. What I mean by this, this is something that you instead of telling a child, do not eat on the couch, it's better to tell them, eat at the table. In aviation, in pilot community, pilots are very popular with this one. If you tell a pilot, don't focus on the obstacles, they will focus on the obstacles. Skiers also, the ones who ski, they are very well with these things. If you tell a skier not to hit the tree, they will go and hit the tree. But if you tell them, follow the path, they won't see the trees even if there are hundreds and millions of trees around them. So why did I share this scientific fact with you is that delegates, from today, do not focus on the negatives. Please focus your minds on the positives, on what you can do in the committees, take part in the debates, discussions, make your blogs, make new friends, and come out with a positive result at the end of this conference. Okay? Do we agree on this? Excellent. Very nice. Okay, my first announcement that I told you is that you are in Ekin schools now, Ekin College, right? Most of you have been here before. You've seen the grounds of the school, and I'm sure that most of you love the garden and the greenery here, right? Ekin College, from educational year 2024 and 2025, is going to grant scholarships to the students with minimum 2 years of Model UN experience, successful Model UN experience. So this is the new announcement. Please keep in mind, Ekin College is going to grant scholarship to the students with minimum 2 years of Model UN experience, specifically in the middle school level and high school level. Okay? The second, thank you. So the second announcement that I'm gonna make, Ekin JMUN was born in the year 2014, Madam President. Yes, 2014. It's been almost a decade that we've been working in this field. We've had different co-organizations, co-partners, cooperations, and basically with different chapters of the UNA USA. From next year, 2025, Ekin JMUN is going to be organized in the city of New York with the UNA USA and its chapters. So I'm hoping to see most of you in New York in 2025. Oh, by the way, the Izmir conference will continue. It's not going to be discontinued. So no worries about that. One more thing that we just received an update from our transfer company is that tomorrow morning there's going to be a presidential cycling competition or something like that. So most of the roads are going to be closed. The advisors of the schools who are taking our school shuttles, the conference shuttles, please go find our shuttle service manager. They have a plan for you for tomorrow. There's a plan B that they need to share with you. So please find, her name is Esma. Please find her, she will help you out. One more thing that I would like to share with you is that, is everybody here from the chair board? Can you please stand up for a second? Ekin JMUN has been trying to be as diverse as possible. We have a very diverse chair board members this year. Thank you very much for all of your efforts that you've done so far. Can we honor them with an applause? Thank you. Thank you. Another applause that I'm going to ask you to extend is for the advisors. Can I ask, please, for the advisors to stand up for a second? You've done a great job. Can you please stand up? Delegates, please give a round of applause for your advisors, because if they were not, you wouldn't be here. Thank you. My last, but not the least, thanks is going to be for the school administration, Mr. Yavuz Güneş, my partner, Mrs. Dinçer, and the school founders and owners, Baykal families and Rashidul families. So I'm extending my personal appreciation to these administration team. Thank you very much. Welcome to Ekin Southern New York State Division Conference of 2024. Isabella?
Thank you, Mr. Agdam, for that lovely speech. I'm very excited to see all the positive things that will come out of this experience.
Well, you do use positive.
So next, we have Dr. George Garland, who unfortunately was not able to make it today, but I would like to shortly introduce him to you all, and then afterwards he sent us a message via video, which we will watch. So Dr. Garland is president of the UNA USA Southern New York State Division. In addition, he's an independent consultant with experience as executive director of the World Energy Forum, executive director for national membership at UNA USA, and previously executive director of the UNA National Capital Area. He has served as executive director of UNA USA's Members Day at the United Nations in 2009, 2010, and 2011, and as moderator of the 2011 Panel on Energy and Climate Change. Dr. Garland's 34-year career with the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency included development and implementation of financial responsibility regulations for hazardous waste management. From 1988 to 1992, he worked with India, Indonesia, Burma, Sri Lanka, and Thailand as Chief Technical Advisor for Toxic Chemicals and Pollutants in the WHO's Regional Office for Southeast Asia. His international work also includes assignments in South Korea and Oman. He worked with the World Bank in the Russian Federation to establish a national hazardous waste management system, and with USAID in Russia to improve the water supply system of Nizhny Tagil, Sverdlovsk Oblast. He has several articles in the Biocycle magazine on organic management, composting. Dr. Garland has a degree in applied mathematics from Brown University, master's degree in industrial administration from Carnegie Mellon, and in public health from the University of North Carolina School of Public Health, and a doctorate in business administration from George Washington University. And now we will watch his video message.
Hello, this is George Garland with the United Nations Association of the USA, and I'm the president of the Southern New York Division. I am so happy to be partnering with ECMUN in an international model United Nations for middle schoolers, and I'm delighted that we have Tatiana Scantlebury representing the division in Turkey in April 24 to 26, and we'll have Lorena Cadavo as the Secretary General for the Model UN Conference. And I look forward to 2025, when we'll have an international Model United Nations here in New York, and we'll have the middle schoolers from Turkey as well as all across the United States for that occasion. This is a great opportunity for middle schoolers to polish their skills in public speaking and get comfortable talking in formal settings and be able to really bring themselves forward with their own views on global issues, which they'll be studying in preparation for the conference. Very cool. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Mr. Garland. Another person who was unfortunately not able to make it is Mr. Troy Wolf, and he is serving as the Senior Director of Partnerships and Special initiations at the United Nations Foundation. He is unfortunately unable to make it due to his current mission in Kenya, but he sends his warm regards as well. I would now like to introduce our keynote speaker, Tatiana Scalaburi, before I yield the floor to her for her speech. So Tatiana Scalaburi is a passionate advocate for human rights. She has a strong educational background in international human rights and criminal justice. Tatiana identifies as a Barbadian American and is committed to amplifying the voices of marginalized communities. Throughout her career, she has focused on exploring international human rights violations, policy, women's rights, immigration, criminal justice reform, and ending hunger both domestically and internationally. Tatiana has founded and led the United Nations Association Bronx chapter in New York City, where she has engaged her community with critical issues facing the world. She has also served as a Sustainable Development Goals USA Global Goals Ambassador, a National Council Regional Representative, Vice Chair of the Leadership Development Committee, and Co-Chair of the World Federation of United Nations Association Committee. In 2023, Tatiana was elected as a member of the WFUNA Youth Advisory Council 43rd Plenary of the World Federation of United Nations in Tbilisi, Georgia. This cemented her commitment to the youth as she joined 41 UNAs from around the globe to discuss the mobilization of partnerships and networks to support the work of the UN. Their delegation presented resolutions on food insecurity, climate justice, and the rights of refugees and migrants. Tatiana's volunteerism has been impactful on both a local and global level. She has been recognized for her work on the impact of the criminal justice and immigration system on youth, Black and brown people. Tatiana has served as a US congressional intern and participated in several speaking engagements for social justice and human rights related events. She has also been a drafting committee member for the UNA USA and supported the development of the US periodic report under the International Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Racial Discrimination. In 2022, Tatiana was featured on Morning Barbados National News as a Femle ambassador as a part of Erline Bradshaw Foundation. She has participated in a legal entrepreneurship and mentorship program. Currently, Tatiana works at the Safe Passage Project, a nonprofit legal services organization that provides free lawyers to refugees and immigrant children in the New York City area who face deportation. Tatiana earned her bachelor's degree in criminal justice from Delaware State University, an HBCU, and a master's degree in human rights from John Jay College of Criminal Justice. She's a change maker in the field of human rights and is dedicated to creating a more just and equitable world for all. I would like to yield the floor to Tatiana for her speech.
Thank you so much, Isabella, for that wonderful introduction. Good morning, everyone. Are you all excited? I'm really excited to be here today. Looking forward to working with all of you. Honorable delegates and future leaders of tomorrow, I am deeply honored to stand before you today as you embark on this journey of discovery, dialogue, and diplomacy. In this room, you are not just students. You are ambassadors of change, advocates of justice, and leaders of our shared future. As we gather here today for this Model United Nations Conference, you embrace a unique opportunity to engage in meaningful decision-making, tackle global issues, and create bonds that you will remember for future years to come. We know that beyond the walls of diplomacy, voices of youth are often overlooked and underestimated. But let me assure you, my dear delegates, your voices matter. Your ideas, your passion, and your commitment to making a difference have the power to shape course of history. Today, you'll be given the tools of diplomacy, the values of empathy, and the spirit of collaboration. These are lessons I have learned in my journey when I decided to become a member of the United Nations Association. In 2018, one of my greatest experiences began after attending my first UN Day event. Something I would have never imagined as a little girl growing up in the city called the Bronx in the state of New York, as a daughter to an immigrant father from the small island of Barbados and a mother from the deep south of the United States of America. Since joining UNA USA, I've learned so much about myself in becoming a leader, and I hope you will as well. Each day, I continue to think globally and act locally as I inspire other young people like myself to take action for what they believe in. As you prepare for this conference, I ask you to remember the principles upon which the UN was founded: peace, equality, and justice for all. In your pursuits of solutions, I encourage you to embrace the diversity of perspectives that enrich your discussions. I encourage you to listen attentively, speak boldly, and advocate passionately for the causes that resonate with your hearts and minds. Whether it be climate change, human rights, or access to education, each of you have the power to be a force of positive change in your communities and beyond. Do not underestimate the power of collaboration. In a world with division and conflict, it is through discussion, cooperation, and mutual respect that you build bridges of understanding and create pathways to peace. As delegates representing different nations, cultures, and backgrounds, you have a unique opportunity to raise awareness of the current issues that our nation states face. But above all, let us remember, change begins within you. As Mahatma Gandhi once said, be the change you wish to see in the world. In closing, I challenge you to seize the moment of an opportunity to inspire, lead, and make a difference. May this Model United Nations Conference be a testament to the power of youth, the promise of diplomacy, and the potential of a better world. Together, let us rise to the occasion with our hearts full of hope, minds full of opportunity, and willingness to build a better future for generations to come. Thank you, and congratulations, delegates.
Thank you, Tatiana, for that very inspiring and heartfelt speech. So now I will deliver a short speech. I'm speaking a lot today, but I hope you guys are bearing with me. Well, hi, I'm Isabella, as I said. I'm the Director General for this year. I have a question for you all. Who is attending a Junior Model UN conference for the first time? I love to see that. Okay, great. Well, welcome all. I first want to say that I'm very proud of you for coming here today because I know it can be a little scary. I started when I was your guys' age as well, and I didn't know what Model UN was. My teacher came to me, she wanted to start the club. I don't even think I knew what the UN was. I thought we were gonna make houses out of sticks and stuff because I heard the word model. Obviously that was not the case, but I'm very glad that that wasn't the case as much as I do love art. I've been to around 30 conferences at this point in my life. I did it throughout middle school and high school, and nothing is as special as your first few conferences, so really enjoy it. It can be a little scary, like I said, but trust me, you guys have already taken the biggest step by being here right now. Our chair board are wonderful people who you can always approach and ask questions if you don't understand something. They are your guidance here. So they are here for any need that you have. They will also explain everything to you and help you out. Try to speak a little bit. Maybe not on the first day, but maybe on the second day, because speaking is the most important thing that you can do here. I didn't speak at all in my first conference, only on the last day a little bit, and I regret it a little bit still today. So really try your best. Yeah, I didn't really write a speech, and that's because of MUN. I'm used to not writing speeches anymore. But this is really the best advice I can give you is try your best, because you all have it in you to do the best. You are all here, which is already a great indicator that you are more than capable of doing a lot more than you think you can. So try your best and enjoy the next 3 days because it's going to be so, so much fun. And I'm very excited to see what you guys are all going to think at the end of the conference. So next, I would like to yield the floor to our Undersecretary General, Crystal Barakat, for her speech.
Thank you very much, Isabella, and wonderful speech as well. So good morning, everyone, and welcome to this year's Ekin Southern New York State Division Junior Model United Nations Conference. We are delighted to have you all with us today and for the upcoming 2 days. Our international and local staff members are very eager to welcome you into the committees and to ensure that you have a fruitful and educational conference. Looking at all the delegates here today and those joining us virtually from UNHRC takes me back to when I was a delegate myself. So I remember when I was a delegate like you, I was filled with excitement and passion, but I was also a little bit nervous and fearful. And for many of you today, this is your first Model United Nations experience, and you might be feeling the same way I did when I was a delegate. So the good thing, though, is that these feelings are an indication that you care in general, but that you care specifically about the conference and about doing your very best. So today, I want to encourage each and every single one of you present here today to tap into these emotions and to use them as a motivation in the committee. Don't let your fears and worries stop you. Instead, let them push you forward. Today, and for the coming 2 days, I want you to slip into the shoes of the young diplomats that you are. I want you to raise your placards in committee, to make motions, to actively participate within everything that is happening, to speak up and represent your country, and to shape the present and future of the important topics that you will be discussing in committee. While you should remain realistic, this is an amazing opportunity for you all to shape or contribute to shaping the present and the future of these very important world issues. So most importantly, I want you to have fun, to enjoy the experience, and to not be fearful of asking questions along the way. Like I mentioned before, we have an extremely dedicated, passionate, motivated team here in place to guide you and help you throughout your journey. So thank you, and best of luck to you all.
Thank you, Christelle. All the speeches are so lovely today. So we have one last speaker, and I would like to invite our Madam Secretary General, Reina Cadaville, to deliver her speech and open the conference officially.
Good morning, everyone. And I think for the 7th time today, welcome to Ekin JMUN. It's my honor to join you today from New York and from the United Nations Association to serve here as your Secretary General. And I'm so excited to have you joining us at this amazing, amazing conference. For making this conference possible, I must first thank the Baykul and Rashid Oglu families, the Ekin School Principal, Mr. Akbar, the United Nations Association of Southern New York, and my fellow Secretariat members, and all of our wonderful chairs. Without their support and participation, we would not be having such a wonderful conference this weekend, so thank you. And I also want to thank all of you, advisors, delegates, for your excitement for Model UN, for your insistence on having your voice heard about the world's most important issues, and your dedication to working together to make our world a better place for all. Some of you may be very familiar with Ekin because you've been here before, but I know that for many of you, as I saw the hands raised earlier, it's actually your first time here, and maybe even your first time doing Model UN altogether. Wherever you are on the Model UN journey, and trust me, it's a long journey and a fun one, that's okay. We're here to welcome you to the Ekin SNY family and to make all of you feel at home. I started doing Model UN, like Isabella, at your age. I was maybe even younger than some of you. I was 9 years old. I joined the club at my school for the best reason, because my friends were doing it. And my first conference ever was actually at the United Nations, so no pressure, where I represented Uganda in a UNICEF committee, which I know one of you out here might be doing today. I was so nervous, I didn't stand up and speak, like you've heard before, until the very last day of the conference, and even then my hands were literally shaking. I was trying to hide them so that no one would see that they were shaking so much. And needless to say, I did not win an award that day, but I did get something that would last way, way longer. I left the UN that day, so excited for my next MUN conference. I continued to compete throughout middle school and high school, and then I joined the International Affairs Association at Boston University, where I not only competed, but served on secretariats, chaired, crisis directed, coached a high school team, and led my own delegation to the other side of the world, over 50 conferences in all. So you could say that I love Model UN, I guess. Model UN has taken me from New York to Canada to Spain to China and now to Turkey, and it's gotten me internships, jobs, and most importantly, it turned me from a shy sixth grader who would never take her face out of a book into a confident public speaker, and I cannot thank it enough for that. So whether you win a Secretary General's award this weekend, or you just make your very first speech, or you just take in the excitement and the experience of Model UN for the first time, I'm so proud of you. We are all so proud of you for having the courage this weekend to broach difficult subjects and collaborate for meaningful change and the future that each of you wants to see. And I hope that this will be the very first award, speech, or conference of many. It only takes one conference to really change your life. My first conference set me on a path of 17 more years of Model UN, maybe more, and brought me here today with all of you. And for you, I hope that that life-changing conference is Ekin SNY. I hope that over the next few days, you fall in love with Model UN the way that I did, the way that our secretariat and chairs have. I hope you come back again and again and go on to chair committees for future conferences. I hope you get to travel and compete all over the world. In fact, as you heard Mr. Akbar say, I hope many of you will join me in New York next year at our conference for the first time. I'll see you there. I'll be holding you to that. And I hope, actually I know, that one of you or multiple of you will be standing in my shoes one day as Secretary General, one day very soon. So now I'd like to propose a motion. The motion is to start Ekin SNY JMUN 2024. All those in favor? All right, this motion clearly passes. Let's have a wonderful conference, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Reina. So we have now come to the end of the opening ceremony. I would just like to put in a small reminder, we are in the digital age, so if you guys are going to post stories and pictures on social media, specifically Instagram and Facebook, don't forget to use the Ekin JMUN 24 hashtag with it, so we can see all the fun that everyone is having. Yes, we are now going to leave the ceremony. Oh, Mr. Akbar has one thing to add.
Last minute update, if anybody is trying to visit Ekin JMUN website, because of the traffic of the visitors, like in the last hour, it's down now. Our company is working on that. We should be good with the website very soon. So no worries about that. We are not hacked. The website is not stolen. We're going to be back very soon because there are a lot of visitors on the website. Thank you very much. Hashtag, would you like to repeat that hashtag again?
Ekin JMUN 24.
Ekin JMUN 24. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you. I'm now going to close the opening ceremony. Thank you guys for attending.